That's perfect too. So, I think Rick, with now you were discussing the part of the challenges we've had at the beginning with the with the with the internet speed and everything. Not internet speed, but with the speed on the site. I think it has been rectified, and I think that they have. The undertaking that they had was quite a bit more than they kind of bit off more than they could chew. So I think at this point, I think it's done. It's doing a lot better. I mean, like a lot better. I mean, I got on today and it was really fast. It didn't take me any time at all. And
Yeah, me
so
too.
so I think with that, I think some of the people, and I did have quite a few that were kind of, why is the site and this and that. I'm just and basically I encourage them in the part of hey, you know let's just take the time with what basically what we have here, because this is something great. And we don't want to one person, because they're upset or whatever about the site not working as well, doesn't mean everybody it's going to happen for everyone. And I think what came out of it was that even the handful of people that were getting a little frustrated, it kind of worked out, and I haven't actually heard anything negative so far in the last few days, so that's great.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to smooth over with those few that didn't want to, try it again after they had gotten upset. A couple of the people, were complaining, but now with everything that's worked out, I'm just going to go back in and start, coaxing them to join up and get really involved, because it's the team environment. I see it on my wall in my room that they're bantering back and forth now, which is good because everybody is reaching down and helping everybody else. Those that are involved, the ones that are fed up or don't want to become involved, they're losing out. So
Yeah.
I just want to encourage them to take part in it. And if I have to, and I've befriended a few of these people on Facebook, emailed them, and text them also every day or so. Just try to dribble on them, touch them with that, and say, hey, look, we really need to have you involved in the team. We really would like to see you there. And it's not about the way the internet ended up being, some of the technical issues that we had. Those are all past, and hopefully they'll just understand that we were just inundated with a lot of excitement and people that want to join up. So that's my take.
Yeah. I think I think we're almost to 30,000 in all eight hotels. So that's pretty cool. We predict that probably I could see that in January when we're doing our next one. I think we're going to hit 100, but I don't know. I mean, that's
Are you saying 30,000 participants?
30,000 participants in all eight hotels. So
Great.
and that's exciting. So I think with that, uh, Rick and Penny, I think that right as of now, I think we are, embarking on something wonderful, and I think that there's a lot of good things that's going to come out of this and cultivate out of what we really have going on. And I think this is more of a beta test for all of us in the hotel, because this is something we've never done. And as we build momentum and as we understand, as we're going through this process, it's just going to get better and better, and we're going to get better at what we're doing, kind of like what Dr. Ray says, you're mastering your craft. So I'm excited about that, and I think that we're we just got to keep on keeping on, and definitely with all of us, we want to earn our points. We want to make sure we're earning as many points as we can for ourselves, so we can be it's the example to the rule of in your room, and so people see the value of what the points bring, and they just want to push harder to earn just as many as you're having. Do you have anything?
Yeah, I agree.
I was going to say, Penny, do you have anything that you want to kind of talk a little about, or anything that you kind of experienced maybe in your room over the last week?
Well, I see them doing what Rick mentioned, bantering back and forth and patting each other on the back and, asking questions and really being complimentary. And it's really positive. Now, I have one friend that just barely got in and weighed in, and she hasn't gotten super involved because she's working 18-hour days sometimes, but the others are really, really excited, and they keep telling me how glad they are to be involved in it. One of my friends today who was on there earlier and was posting questions about how she had worked outside for hours and did this work and that work and very, very strenuous, and she was discouraged at the end of the day, or maybe it was like the next day she'd only lost 0.2 of a pound. And she was eating, small amounts of healthy food. And so I posted on there some of the comments that Rick had told me earlier about maybe she was overdoing it physically, was her body was in starvation mode and she wasn't eating enough to counterbalance that. Do you think that was accurate? At least it seemed to me that it was appropriate.
That's a good point, Penny, because, us as coaches, we want to, kind of what Terry Miller says, we want to mingle with the people in there. We don't want to be to where we are really kind of coaching, in the part of, maybe, saying too much, as maybe talking about the program and how great it is and that type of thing, because, we want to really cultivate things in there that's going to really generate more of, it's really going to come naturally for a lot of people.
Right.
And when they're doing the surveys and different things, and as you're getting that, I think, and making comments are great. I mean, if she's saying a long post on there and you're saying, well, it kind of sounds to me like, maybe you need more calories or you want to be very, you don't want to be real, in the part of, you don't want to just, tell them exactly what they need to be doing and stuff. So,
I made suggestions. Yeah.
We want to support everybody in there, Penny. And that's, I think, the bigger thing is that was really what I see with this challenge is that the people that are in there, again, we're kind of mingling with everybody, and we're finding out what their goals are. And just like with when they fill out the survey, what I'm doing now is I'm following up with people because just find out what their goals are and what they want. Now, tomorrow night, and I kind of talked a little bit about Rick. Actually, was going to talk about a little bit about the Zoom that I'm doing in my room. I'm going to do that once a week, and you're able to do that, and people are able to earn the 5 points a week. So, and I believe after tomorrow night I will know, but I think there is a way that we can put that on there and people can watch the recording. So if they did not participate in the Zoom, they're able to still earn the 5 points for the week. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I will know by tomorrow on that. I kind of got to.
Well, they talked about that on the Drollinger
Facebook.
Finish to Win It Facebook,
mm-hmm.
And then I set up a Zoom time,
mm-hmm.
and I asked it. I ended up making a special phone call to the guy at the Zoom because I was trying to edit my invitations and change the time. And I said, okay, how does it get recorded? He says that there's a little doodad at the bottom of the screen that you click, a little icon that clicks record.
Yep.
And then later on, a person will go back to the same link on your challenge page or dial the same numbers that are on there, and they'll get to hear the recording.
Right.
And then they get the points by going back the next day afterwards and clicking on that link thing, and that automatically gives them 5 points.
Right. So,
which I thought was cool.
And that's what I kind of gathered from other people too. So that's, That's important because I think with the Zoom, what that'll do is bring other people in, and you might not get, I've got, I have 47 or 46 people in my room. And the thing of it is that I sent it out to all of them. And I got about, I think, 6 or 7 responses back that they're going to do it. So, as you're doing the Zoom, maybe you only get 1 or 2 or whatever. But if you're putting on there and recording and you're really talking to people, what they feel about, so far about the challenge. And each week, maybe each person that's on there is talking about what they can, basically what they've learned for the week or whatever. You can do anything you want with your Zoom, which I.
Yeah.
Hey, Doris, you have anything to you want to take yourself off mute and you want to maybe chime in on a couple things that for this week that you learned or basically that you're experiencing with your room?
I have 27, and I gotta say, there's about 6 that haven't weighed in, and I can't get a hold of them. And you can't get a hold of them by talking to them in there because they're not going in. So
Sure.
I email them, but I say, hey, get on the challenge, do whatever you need to do, and they just don't do it. So I guess you can't get rid of them, huh?
Well, I mean, you can, but the thing of it is they paid the $20 unless they opt out now. Doris, I've had a few, and I think I was explaining to Penny and Rick, I have had 2 or 3 that actually wanted to be out of the challenge because they just said they could not participate, which you'd rather take them out if they're not wanting to, because that does bring obviously your average down.
Yeah.
If you're not having ones that participating. So I think that's important, and I think that's about all you can do at this point. I mean, you're reaching out as much as you can. We have till the 30th for them to weigh in. But
what happens if they don't?
But again, they can still earn the points. They can still earn points. It's just they're not qualified to basically finish the challenge and be able to earn half their money back and all that. So, but that's fine. I mean, even if they're going in there earning points, I have like 3 or 4 they're actually earning points. You just have not weighed yet.
Yeah, I've got one of those.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, that actually is not a big deal. We all have to remember that this is their journey. This is each one of the people that are in there. That's their journey. It's not ours. All we're wanting there is to support and really find out, like I was explaining to Penny and Rick, when you're getting the surveys, you want to really a good follow-up would be good. Even a phone call. If they're giving you a phone number and everything, you probably need to follow up with them just so basically you're building that relationship. It's kind of like at the beginning of before a person even thinks about the program, you're kind of building that relationship with a person so they really understand of you're there to support them and kind of guide them even through this challenge too.
I've called every one of them that has said, call me. And so I've talked to every one of them. I have like a client profile on everyone that I talk to. So if they go that way, if they don't, that's maybe by the end of the challenge, they'll see where they are and how far they've gone. So.
Well, and I don't know if you guys experienced, I've got some pretty good feedback from so far from everybody in my room that's participating. They really, really enjoy the challenge. They enjoy what it brings and the daily read and the different things you can do. So I think that's a really, it's a pretty cool thing. Did you have something to add, Rick?
No. Well, yes, I do. The people that you can't get a hold of, I have tried on a couple of occasions to make the phone calls too, and I'm just leaving messages when they don't answer the phone. But being really up and being very positive. Hey, we're missing you. All you have to do is log in, grab some daily points, for your participation. And as a team, we want to encourage everybody. So I'm just reaching out to you to let you know we're missing you.
Yeah.
It's funny because I have the people that, they're like, oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, I'll join the challenge. And they haven't done anything. I'm like, okay. They're real excited. So, they're just not motivated to get on, I guess. I don't know. and I know they know that they're supposed to get on because I've told them, but
Right.
you can only do so much.
I know several people have had logistical problems with the weigh-in process.
Mm-hmm.
So I've given them specific directions, and I've told them as a last-ditch effort, they can use the contact at the top, contact customer service, because I had to do that with my downloaded pictures. I had to email it to them and put all this information on the sheet, and they downloaded it for me. My computer would not let me do it.
Mm-hmm.
So
well,
some people who are not as tech savvy as others are struggling with that part of it.
Right, and I think that's good that that they're reaching out to kind of help help anybody involved in the challenge that is a participant. That's good. I guess they're doing and I think at the beginning it was kind of frustrating for all of us because, with all the different things that were going on, we're like, well, if this is the way it's going to be, then, January, it's not going to be even any better, but it's kind of worked out everything for the better. And it's, I guess you call it kind of growing pains a little bit.
I think it'll be better in January because I think they'll have it all,
Yeah, well,
they'll know that there's going to be a lot of people.
he got outside sources. I've actually talked to Aaron on a few occasions. So he got outside source help, which was good. And so now it's like, he's really on top of things because he can see the potential, obviously, behind of what he didn't think it was going to be this big a magnitude of people that were, really interested in obviously doing this challenge. So I think it's great.
Yeah.
So Penny, how's your room doing? As in, how are you doing with besides a couple little posts and stuff? Are you seeing some pretty good activity in your room, Penny?
Yes, I am. Most of them are getting on daily, and they're discussing their weight loss. They love the exercise videos. They're supporting each other and complimenting each other on little successes, and they're asking questions like drinking water and exercising, and they're being really, really helpful and supportive. And I see great things, and they've told me in person, because I've called them on the phone, how they love it, which I find really neat.
Nice. So you're having very good success with what's going on with the challenge.
Most of the people.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. What do you think for the week? What's kind of your takeaway from the challenge so far? As in, what have you learned? I mean, because obviously us as coaches, we're kind of mingling with people and helping them and guiding them. Is there anything you learned this week that would take away that you would share with us?
I'm pleasantly surprised that people are liking it so well. I guess I didn't know what to expect because it's my first time. And I'm just thrilled, and I love to see their interaction. Mm-hmm. It's what I wanted to see, but I'm seeing it, and they're stating, briefly, this is what I'm doing, and other people saying, hey, that's wonderful, keep it up. And I just think it's great. And I do love Brian's quotes and thoughts for the day, and I think the quality of the website is really good. I love the exercise videos. They're easy and short, and my group likes them too, so my team. So I just see lots of positive things going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Doris, what do you think your takeaway was for the week, with the challenge? What's your thoughts?
I'm the same as Penny. Like, I think that when I go in there in the morning, I see that people have posted something and then someone has said something about it. Like, oh, good job. I'm glad you're doing it. And I'm like, hey, that's awesome. Because usually I do it, So everybody else is doing it for everybody. They're trying to help each other out. Like one lady said, I mowed the lawn today. Does that count as exercise? The other guy's like, yeah, hell yeah, that counts. And I said, unless it's a riding lawnmower, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty funny. Like they have some funny things. Like I have a guy in there that just likes to be funny. So He makes it more fun. And it's funny, the ones that you invite that you had no idea that they would want to be in there. I invited a lady that I don't really know a lot of, like I have her on Facebook, but I invited her. She invited her husband. Her husband invited 3 people that I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
So now I know one of them, and I talked to her about her goals, but the other 2 say no so far, but you never know because they sound like they want to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So
cool. Rick, what do you got? What kind of takeaways do you think you learned from basically from the challenge this week?
Well, the fact of the matter would be is you never know who might be interested. I had one lady that I had invited get in, and she invited 2 of her friends, and so they know each other. And now I see them working together, and there's like a daily competition within them working the points. So and all of those are my top contenders. So it was really interesting. I had no idea that they were going to join up. Pleasantly surprised that the friends of a friend got in. So it really surprised me how well this has taken off with other people that just show their enthusiasm. Good. So people are getting excited and they're sharing that.
Yeah, I like that too.
This is the thing to everybody is that are you still inviting? Are you on the daily basis? Are you still inviting until the 30th? Because it is still open until the 30th. And remember, we want to. If people come in, they want to do the 1% because 6% they really can't. I mean, it wouldn't work out. There's just not enough time in that part of it. So obviously their points are calculated to where they don't have to have as many each day. That they are not part of that. But my bigger thing is that really what I learned this week is that with the people in the room and the people in my room that that's you see a part of people getting excited about something that there is so much knowledge base, because really that's what this is knowledge base. You look at everything and there's the people that are mingling in your room, but the things that they're learning, it's that small drip each day from, maybe it might be a part of the Habits of Health, or maybe it was I watched today a webinar on Dr. A put on. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. I think it's 10 minutes long or something, but he was talking about kind of the program a little bit. I think he didn't mention MetaFast or anything like that, but I thought it was really good. I thought that, in fact, I think there was quite a few of my people participating in my room. I watched it. So you think about it, all the things that we can do, guys. This is the biggest thing that you can ever have to get people in and have that just slow dripping for the 6 weeks about what we really are. And that is more than you can ever do with anybody. I mean, it might take 3 years to do what this is doing in 6 weeks for people. Yeah. So, I think the bigger part is that I'm still inviting. I'm going to invite, I probably invite at least 50 people today, maybe 100 tomorrow. I'm going to go through the rest of my 500 people that I've got and right to the end of the 30th. So it is very important because we can still add people right now, and why not? The party's still going. We might as well keep adding people, and the ones that we don't get this time, we're definitely, and I think all of us are going to think about next time of how we can really leverage anybody and everybody in our rooms, so we can have 100 plus for each one of us, because what will that do for our business? Grow exponentially. So that's a pretty big thing.
Yeah, I had one of the ladies that the one that was invited that I didn't know. It was the girl's sister that I invited, and I talked to her. She said she wanted to talk. I talked to her about everything, and I said, "You want to know about my program?" And she said, "Yeah." So I talked to her about that, and then she says, "Oh, I can't. We can barely get by with anything. We can barely pay our bills right now." So that's kind of an added thing for them. And I said, that's okay. I said, you go and you think about it. And I said, I want to send you something. Can I send you something? She's like, yeah. So I sent her the book, Discover Your Optimal Health. She posted yesterday, I got a book today, Discover Your Optimal Health. I'm starting to read it. I mean,
That's cool.
So
that's great because
know.
that's given more, and that's the thing to receive. But we want to make sure that we're cultivating in the room for maybe some of our other clients that are in there, that they're kind of talking about maybe their weekly success and different things that they're doing. Yeah. So people are getting a little more interested in that part of it. And that's great.
So I still have a lot of books. I've ordered a ton of books, and I just like to give them away. And I thought, maybe I could do a giveaway for a book, but I don't know if anybody really cares about that.
That was the other thing I was going to mention was that.
What kind of giveaways are you doing? Are you doing any?
Well, and that's the thing is that I was actually talking to my wife and I were talking last night about what we can do to bring a little more excitement, a little more to the points. So I think what I'm going to do is and other people are doing this too. I don't know if everybody's listened to the 18 call that was last Saturday, or even the leadership call. I know they just had one, but there was one previous to that, which you can do archived in the TTS website. But it talked about, I think Doug Wood was on there, and he was talking about they were doing a gift certificate of some sort for, I think it was 25 or 50 or $100. I can't remember, but they were doing for more of inviting. Now, I think what I will do is points. So for every 10 points a person earns, it's you get one ticket into the pot of maybe it's a $50 gift card or something, because we can do that. Us as individuals, we can do that for our room. So getting the excitement on the part of who you have in there, and that's good, because if they're earning more points, they're getting more knowledge, and that's what you want.
Yeah.
So just that was just kind of a little thought.
What kind of a gift card?
Just if you could do a Visa gift card, so they can spend it anywhere they want, so it doesn't really matter, and that's probably the best. Do you have something to add, Rick, with that?
No, I hadn't thought about that. What I was thinking about was actually putting the TSFL download link up, and so they could go out there and grab that Dr. A's book.
Well, that's the other thing. The ebook, we can actually, Rick, we can put on there without anything else. And you can send that ebook to anybody in your room, because you have all the email addresses.
Right.
You can send that in a link to every one of your participants. So that was another thing I was thinking about earlier today, because I was actually talking to my mom about the ebook, and so that's a good point too, because there is little snippets they're getting on the challenge, because of the fact that they're earning points, and there's a little parts in the ebook that's on there. So there's different ways and different ways to really bring more people in, and I think that incentive always drives people. Doesn't matter what it is, and I'm sure that's what some of the other people are doing, other coaches are doing in their rooms to incentivize more people to earn more points. Because you think about it, if they earn all their points, how much likely are they to, either if they're not a client, they're going to want to learn about the program, or if they are a client, they maybe want to learn about the coaching. Yeah. So, this is the good opportunity. And that's why, you want to bring as many people as you can to the party. I think it's a great thing. So, why not?
Sure. I'm agreeing.
Okay. I'm thinking, yeah, gift cards, good idea.
Yeah, I think
For like the week, aren't they going to start doing that too anyway?
they're going to start giving something, and I don't know what it is. I know, at the end we basically got 50% of the pot goes into what is it, scholarships? Is that correct, Rick? I can't remember.
25%, right?
Was it 25 or 50?
Yeah, 25 goes to scholarships, 50 goes back to everybody or whatever, and then 25 goes to Aaron or his group.
Right. Yep.
But yeah, so I guess my question is, are they, because I heard that they're going to be like gift cards, kind of like that thing with
it's supposed to be all through PayPal. As far as I know, it has to be all through PayPal because it has to be all documented in this, because that's one of the reasons why corporate basically gave us permission, hey, you guys can go ahead and do this challenge, because they saw every little penny where it was actually going. And so, that's why they really got on board with things, because that's what we want to do. We want to make sure our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted. So
how do you know when people get, like, when you're going in there, how do you know the points?
The point system. Well, and that's the thing that I'm actually trying to figure out of what, how, how are you
supposed to know how they win or not?
Do you start it on a Friday morning, and at this certain time, and say, okay, this is how many points you've got, and then from there, whatever they earn from that point on, every 10 points they get basically a ticket in the drawing for whatever it is. So I'm trying to figure out that part of it, because I think it'll drive more people and they'll want to get more.
Yeah.
Well, so for a technical point of view, if you go to your team wall, you can take a look at all of the participants, and you can actually export that to a CSV.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
And therefore you can track it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see what the points are from today versus next week. So you'll actually be able to track that. So once you've got a timeline and a time frame, anybody that wants to do that type of a challenge, within a challenge, I guess, you can have that and be able to track that on a spreadsheet.
Nice.
What is a CSV?
Basically,
like an Excel?
Exactly.
Okay.
You can put it on a spreadsheet on an Excel, and then you will be able to look at it on a daily or weekly basis.
Yeah, that's a great point, Rick. I and I know that obviously you're a little more techie than I am, so it's good to get you around.
Well, thanks.
Want to come show me a few things, Rick? Because I'm not techie.
Oh.
I have no idea what I'm doing on the computer.
We've only got less than a minute here, but if you wanted to do another Zoom call, we could do a screen share, and I can show you how that's done.
We could do that.
I cannot.
Why don't we do this, Rick? We'll catch up and do that maybe next week, and right. That way we can kind of figure out what, because I know we'll have more questions in that part, and
okay.
That would be good, and maybe it's something maybe you and I can do a Zoom, and then I just record it and share it with everybody.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay,
good idea.
All right, guys, have a great night.
Thanks,
and thanks for all your time, and we'll talk next week.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.